Obviously never called. All right, that's out of the 2x2. Let's move to the 3x1. All right, so the 3x1 concept, nothing changes in terms of the O-line. The number one receiver, we're going to the sideline again. I get it moving here. I apologize. All right, so he's got deep. We got first out flat, second out for the alley. Get your eyes there now. And then the running back, same thing, get out. Now to the field, the RPO concept, the PSO concept is now attached. You run the stick route. And then if you're detached, you just run the hitch route, right? Or we call it a sit, the hitch. And then you still have your same dead concept of field. So we have our dead 2-on-2. If we get the 1-on-1 matchup we like, we should throw it there pre-snap. If not, we'll go live and read off this Liz linebacker and screen to the right. We'll read away and read that linebacker. This is the classic stick draw, stick screen, stick tunnel, whatever you want to do with your throw concept to the front side. There's the base concept for us to start out of the 3x1 set. Let's go to this one now. This is one we're going to put in 21 to get this one going, is the rub off of it. So we get this rub concept going, same concept in terms of the read. All right, now what we'll have in a true man-to-man situation, all right, we still have a natural rub concept here, so he becomes a dead and a live. So if this is all blitz man-to-man, we could throw this rub live. You have your sit out here. If you like the one that's a sit route, you could throw that. And then also technically the same RPO we run off the inside zone, we're going to add now to the screen game. Backside of the screen stays the same, but just tag that backside. So that's what's going to be moving forward in terms of our screen game. So here's a 3x1 again. So this is going to be lift and block. This thing should happen in the end zone against press. Take them all the way to the end zone, block them there. All right, nothing changes up front for us. Now, here's the issue now. It's a man-free look. All right, now you take a look outside. Here's your 2-on-2. All right, so we work from the outside in. Do we like that snap route? Not against press, but this route here, the vertical slip against number 2, that's where the ball should go. We should get this ball, should be going right to that guy. That's the matchup we want. There's no help over the top. We should throw that inside fade route. Like I said, we call it a slip. That ball should be there. That's where the ball should go, because now at this point, there's no help here. You're at your detached running a sit route or a hitch route, and that's no threat to him. So that's easily covered there. Now you had a problem. Now you get the backers are matching. Here's your live backer. He's running with the screen, so you want to throw the ball over here, but it's man-to-man. Well, you had your pre-snap dead right here. So that's where the ball should have gone. And this look, quarterback doesn't see that, recognizes it late, and then does a great job of making himself right, and does a great job finishing on a good scramble run. Again, classic man-free quarterback runs a nice tool for you. And certainly here, he does a good job with it, but that's off his own pre-snap mistake. We should have taken the shot on the vertical. Good finish there. All right, let's come back to it. Again, still having on the whack call. Now here's coming off of, turns into a 3x1. So we still have the stick route here, and then we're going to run the motion through, and he turns into a bubble. So motion to the bubble. So that's it. If no one runs with the bubble, there's your pre-snap dead concept right there. We'll take the bubble off of that, whether we're going behind the quarterback or we're going underneath, or speed motion through like a speed sweep action. Any way to get the ball. So if we're uncovered here, then we'll take that throw on the dead. If we don't like it, now we're going to go live eyes. So live eyes here to 59. We want to throw the stick out of the chip slip. We want to throw that stick route. So here's the stick. Throw it. Now the thing about this is just thinking too much. Run your stick route. For us, it's 5 yards. Turn. Stick and turn. Right, he tries to get the first down yards, pushes it up to 8 or 9 or whatever it's 3rd and 8 here. Don't do that. Just run the play. Just run the play that's called. Because now the quarterback's waiting to throw it. He does get it to him. He gives this extra outside backer and knows that now the ball's not going there. He turns back inside, puts pressure on the kid, and he drops it. But that should have been a nice 5-yard stick, and then catch a knife. Turn it 5, catch it, and then turn a knife 1-on-1 against this backer who's dropping. Now the backer's not taking the screen away, but that's not how we read it. We read it, we want to throw the stick. If he takes it away, which he didn't, he dropped out like a Tampa 2 drop, throw it. So that ball should have been thrown a little bit sooner on the 1.5 on the backside of your screen game. We whacked it again. And there's your flat out and running back. But so this has got to be a throw and catch. Here's your how to handle your radar fronts when they're walking everybody around. It's the same thing. We're going to set to the left in a 3-man slide with nobody around. If you're on air, which essentially you're on air right now, he's going to locate number 1. He locates number 2, and then we'll play from there. So good job by 76, right? Beaver right here does a good job. Good job by the right guard. Center's good. Now, the center could have overset that a little bit more and let the guy give him that backside gap just to get himself out. Get him and the left guard go. A little sooner by the left guard would have been better timing for that particular play. But that's the stick route.
Coach, and we have one thing on that. Can the quarterback switch the screen to protection if he wants to throw the dead route?
Yeah, the answer for us is no, but that's a great question. We've gone back and forth on that with our game. You know, we used to answer your question is if the quarterback likes some of these dead throws, like even on our in our pre-snap game in our inside zone, for example, our quarterback would say, for example, if our quarterback, the tailback was here and we wanted to throw a dead there and the line was going this way, he would tell him edge, and he'd go block the edge. And then, so that's how we turn into a 3-step protection with the O-line blocking inside zone. But good question. The other thing we did with the running back then was we said, hey, on the screen game, can he tell him to block the blitzer? Hey, go block that, what we call a dog outside edge blitzer. Can you do that? Can you block a will linebacker? And honestly, we got away from it because I had a young quarterback, and then it was just too much for him. So we just evolved to say, hey, look, the screen is the screen. The quarterback's got his live read. Let's not put too much on his plate, and let's go from there. And also, and the big thing for us is one of the coaches, T.J. DeMuso, a great coach at Monmouth, who handles their and does a great job in their screen game. He's their quarterback coach, passing coordinator, and we worked together at Monmouth for years. And his argument was always, hey, we want blitz. You know, always get the tailback out. Always get him out. Don't get the tailback involved. And so he influenced me. He knocked me over the top, knocked me off the fence, and said, hey, let's not worry about protecting on the screen. We have our deads. We have our lives. Get the tailback out all the time. So I've gone that road, kind of on the pendulum. That's where I am right now. Let's get the tailback out and let's hit the big home run against the blitz. But great question. Here's another look off the motion, looking at the stick route. So motion through here to get to the bubble. Stick right here. Not good timing on the motion there, by the way. Get a good lift to block here, and we'll come back with screen left. Screen left. So looking to throw that stick route. Doesn't like it. Good. Come back to the screen. And he gets it out. We do a good job with our eyes here. And we're downfield. And a great job of the domination right here. If you watch the guard get out and watch the hit on the safety, boom, and a big time play down to the hot zone, down to the goal line. So watching this one, if you see the front here, the front movement. So is it a stunt or is it a move? Right, our transition as Coach Metzer, our O-line, Kyle Metzer does a great job with our O-line. Is it a stunt pre-snap or is it a transition? Is he just here rushing? Then if he's transitioning, stay on him. If he's stunting and moving, then you'd want to be first out. So he's kind of in between both. Just make a decision and live with it. Because now we don't get a true punch on a good B-gap rusher. So we'd like to get a punch on. So he's kind of half punching him, so he half punches him. Hey, if I think he's on a stunt, then I should be first out. If I think he's on a transition, then I should stay locked on and I should get out. That's how that would work. So now we end up getting 3 out. All right. Now, but a good job here on the 3rd out, which is technically the 2nd out. He get this time, see his eyes, so he gets his eyes to the backer. There's the matching backer. That's critical. Does a great job on the matching backer. Now we're downfield and we're off and run a good job on the lift to block there and finish. Let me get to this soda. All right. So same thing. Here's the sit route. Sit route up top. We're coming screen left here. All right. We didn't run. This was off the smoke situation as opposed to the vertical. But whatever you want to do in the 2-man dead constant combination up top. Now come back to the screen. So this is another good teaching tool right here for our guys. I think this lift is too short, by the way. And I talked to our guys about, and we're going to talk more and more about our guys about being aggressive at the top. Be aggressive at the top, right? Let's get aggressive at the top of our routes. Let's get aggressive at the top of our lift and blocks. More lift there. Lift them off. All those little things make big plays down the road. So here's a quarterback scrambles out to the screen. Technically, I don't like running to the screen. It brings everybody to the screen, right? I certainly don't want to run away, but here he's running to it. Put the ball on the ground because now you throw it here. What's going on? Are we going to gain any yards here? If not, just put it in the ground. So we might have lost a yard there on the throw and the catch. Right now, watch what happens here. The D lineman actually he punch lock throws. Look at that D line rush. He punch lock throws or tackles. So the tailback's having a hard time getting out. So he tries to get out. Now he goes back behind. And when he does that, it makes it really difficult for him to catch the ball and get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a little more patience there. It was a tough one because it's not really a pass rush here by I'm not really sure what the D end is doing. He looks like he's trying to run the screen. The punch lock throw. Boom. Quarterback good. Now here, just throw it on the ground. We'll live another play.